Demo, not for broadcast. Property of WABC New York.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over, move forward. Listen, all you New Yorkers. Easy. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, Sunday morning. With us, like every Sunday, is Governor David Paterson to give us his evaluation of what's going on in the city, the state, the country, the world. Well, where do we start this morning, Governor?
Well, John, we've got to do a good interview this morning because a lot of people are sad on this Sunday. It's February the 1st. It's the week before the Super Bowl. It's, when they finish the regular season and they take that week off, and then the Super Bowl will be played on the 15th. So we got to liven things up around here. And the person who's really livening things up around New York City is the mayor, Zoran Mamdani, who is still arguing for a tax increase that would go to the top 2% of wage earners and would help to bail the city out from what he's calling a $12 billion budget deficit. Now, by the way, when I was governor, I had a $21 billion budget deficit, and we closed it without raising taxes. Governor Hochul, in my opinion, will not accede to his request at all until at least November 4th, which will be Election Day. She'll get reelected, and then she can think it over. But Governor Hochul, to me, just knowing her personally, I don't think that she likes to do this type of thing, raise taxes on people. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, we definitely don't want the exodus to continue. And there's been an exodus in the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
People are finding that they can go to other states. They can raise their families, good school systems, and leave New York. Now, there are a lot of people coming into New York. They're younger people graduating from college and graduate school. So that's the good news about down the road. But right now, we're at kind of an inflection point where we've got to figure out how we're going to address the deficits that we seem to run up every year, in spite of what any governor or any mayor around the mayors around the state are saying, or even what the legislators are saying. And it's just like in a family. Sometimes things aren't going well. When the family members loses a job, you got to dig in and try to dig yourself out of the mess. And in this case, it's the family of New York struggling for survival.
We're all struggling for survival, and I understand that what I've continuously said is we want the quality of life. I mean, you could ask for more money, but it's got to connect with the quality of life in New York.
And the quality of life in New York is such that all the other states envy it from time to time, but it's situations like this when we have not managed correctly. John, this week is the 20th anniversary of an agency that was set up in Albany back in 2005 at the behest of the late Assemblyman Richard Brodsky. And what that office does is it examines all of the different entities that are allowed to issue debt around the state. And that bill in 2005 cleared up the whole thing. So now, it's not just the MTA, and it's not just the Port Authority, and it's not just, the other agencies. They are now all held to the same standard. They have to answer to any member of the public that wants to ask them a question, and they're not allowed to hide money, because up until this bill was passed in 2005, John, almost 100 years before, 92 years before, these agencies didn't even tell the elected officials how much money they were spending. So it's that kind of grit that the late Assemblyman showed that we're going to need right now, because everybody's going to have to take a little bit of a loss until we can get the economy straightened out in the state.
Absolutely. What do you think about the country? What, if you took the pulse of what's going on in the country, what do you say?
I would say, for the most part, people in the country are acting, a lot more rationally than maybe in some of the past few years. And I think that people are, trying to live their lives and go to work and that kind of thing. There are issues that have excited a certain percentage of the country to the point that they've participated in demonstrations and let their voices be heard. And when they do, as long as there's no violence or anything like that, I don't have any problem with that. But there are pockets of this country where I think there's tremendous anger, and I think the people who are angry are not even really fully informed about what they would be angry about. So I'd say it's the country is in a place right now that's not bad.
Well, Governor David Paterson, I want to thank you for always coming on and always speaking your mind. And let's pray for our city, pray for our state, pray for our country, and pray for the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.